Body moves the same way every single day. It reacts to psychological levels, trap emotional traders, and then give you a clean entry. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to catch those entries like a sniper. The best part about this strategy is that the levels and the zones are already on your chart. You just gotta know when and where to look. SPY doesn't respect your feelings, but it does respect psychological levels. These levels are emotional magnets. You hear traders say they're going to enter at a whole number. You hear traders say they're going to exit at a whole number. These are emotional levels and magnets that we're going to be able to take advantage of. So no matter if you trade options, stock, or futures, this works. And I'm going to show you how I use the futures chart mainly to plot these levels to trade SPY, XPX, and ES. No matter what instrument you trade, use this formula and you will get a good entry. In order for me to make sense of this strategy, I need to first explain to you how the futures and the stocks correlate. So you have the 4 different ticker symbols. You have SPX, SPY, SPY, ES, and MES. All of these are a derivative of the S&P 500. In this video, if you hear me say SPY, I'm speaking of the entire index and the futures.
We have the charts pulled up now. I'm gonna go ahead and break down the strategy for you guys. I already went ahead and put my levels here. The first thing you're gonna do is get ES pulled up. So go to Trading View or whatever platform you use to trade and type in ES. They're gonna pull the future contracts up. And then here you should see future, bring up the ES. We're gonna put levels at every site number. We're only gonna use 50s and 100s. As you see down here, 6550, 6600, 6650, 6700, 6750, 6800, and so on, so on. So every $50, you're gonna put a level. And how you put a level is extremely easy. Just go over here, hit your horizontal line, and you can change the color and things of that nature. So what you're gonna do once these levels is on your chart, you're gonna notice price reacts to these levels, and you can get some good entries for calls, puts, longs, or shorts. So that's the first thing you're gonna do. Now we're gonna optimize the strategy. We don't want just levels on our chart. We put these on the chart just to get a feel. To optimize this chart, we're gonna add zone. So how do you add a zone on your chart? You're gonna go up here and go to your rectangle, and at every level, every psych level, you're gonna put a zone there. Just stretch your box out. You're gonna put it above the zone and below the zone. You're gonna put it 5 points below the zone and 5 points higher than the zone. We're gonna hit this settings button, and this is the 6800 level. So you're gonna go ahead and put in 6795 and 6805. We're going to stretch these out to negative 1000 bars. And we're going to do positive 1000 bars. Boom. Now, this here is going to be your zone. After we have our zones, we can remove our other levels. So let's go ahead and remove this. You do not need that. That was just to show you guys where the zones was at and how to plot them. We're going to put that zone there. Anything above the price currently at, we're going to make the box pink. We're going to change this box to pink here, and we're going to change this to pink. There you have it. We're going to put a zone for each psych level. I went ahead and already did it on the MES. So I'm gonna show you guys what your chart should look like after you plot your zone. This here is MES, same as ES, psych zones. These are the zones. Here you see we had price react to this level. Looking at today's price action, we could see on the 5-minute chart that price tried to break below, trapped sellers here, and took off. Now, how can you take an entry here? What is your entry model? So you can do a couple of things. First is always wait the first 15 minutes of the day. You don't want to take a trade straight off the open unless you are very fast with your execution. You have a game plan set and you can take the trade. I recommend waiting the 15 to 30 minutes. Why? Because now your zones become clearer. You kind of have a feel of what the market may or may not do. Plus, you don't get caught in certain traps. In the early morning, the first 15 minutes, it's a lot of emotional buying and selling going on. So you see price moving in a direction very fast, which bring emotional traders out to want to take that trade long or short. If you're a newbie, a lot of newbies get caught in this trap because they see the price moving fast off open the first 1 2 minutes of the day and they're already in the market. You want to be patience and persistent and precision is what get you the best trades. Let the price come to you. You don't go chasing the price. Okay. So here we have a loan above here. We see price holding here. So we could have took that loan. Now, to optimize this strategy, what do you want to see when you get to these zones? You need to see chart patterns or candlesticks. If you're patient enough, you will catch this move. You can see it's a head and shoulder pattern going on. You have lows, lower low, higher low, and you can take the break of that. Another thing I will always recommend, use trend lines. Trend lines could be your best friends when it comes to these type of zones. Trend line there. We can add another trend line here. Now we know what and what not to take. We take break of trend lines at these zones. So you like, hey, it get up in the zone, you see a nice candlestick, and you try to get in and it don't work. So what you want to do is wait for the trend lines or the break and retest, as you notice here. It break the high, retest, same thing, break, retest, up. Now, if you think about why this strategy works so well, is because people react to site levels. Algorithms react to site levels. Also, on top of that, not only using trend lines, you can also use the RSI. The RSI, if you're oversold or overbought in one of these areas, then that area becomes even more reactive. So let's look at another trading day. This here is the previous trading day. The previous trading day gave you a perfect hold in a zone. If you was to take these zones blindly, your risk to reward is high, right? So you have a risk, say, of 10 points because from 65.55 to 65.45 is 10 points. On an ES, that's $500. On an MES, it's $50. So you can control your risk. So you know if you take this, you're risking $50 from this zone. If you want to take it up here, you're going for a 40-point profit off of a 10-point risk. That is a 1 in 3. You can take 3 of these trades, lose, and make 1 and make up for all 3 of them. So this is why this strategy can help you out a lot. Even if you took this break and retest here, as you see, you still would have made profit. Would you have made it to this day? Maybe not, unless you held through here. But again, you're controlling your risk. Let's go to the previous day before that. Again, these levels can be used. As you see, come down here, no break up under it, no candles close underneath this. Another hold here, hold up, and it's out of here. Again, break, hit this level, come back, retest, same previous high. So you got to break and retest here, and it takes off. This strategy does work. Trust and believe. Another way you can optimize this strategy, always marking out your high and lows of the previous day. Your high and lows of the previous day will tell you which direction you want to take this. So you probably like, hey, Mike, should I take this puts here or should I take calls here or should I take puts under here? You're trying to figure out what strategy you want to use. If it's above the previous day high, you want to be taking long. So you kind of want to let this break and come back and retest. And you see, you got to look at your price levels. You see this reaction here. If it holds above here, that looks like it could be a clean long. Again, you're controlling your risk is what matters. So that's pretty much the strategy, you guys. Put these zones on your chart and then watch over the next trading days. As you see, these prices, these levels do work. You can take some clean trades off of these levels. It's great for beginners, great for people who's trying to learn price action. Go ahead, like and subscribe. If you guys want me to go deep into this strategy or or want to add more confluence to this strategy, let me know. I'll do another video on this. But until then, you guys enjoy the rest of your day.